Hey, what's up, guys? Chris here. So I'm making a short video for dual purpose because if you guys saw, I made a video for the problems I've been still having with QIDI and their printer, and how I resorted to finally getting a real high temperature printer because I'm trying to do higher temperature filaments and the hot ends are cracking at 300 degrees, the ceramic, and I ended up ordering an Tamsis FunMat HT, and that has a 450 hot end. It's insulated, 90 degree chamber, and a 160 plate, so I think I'll be able to do what I want with that. But anyways, I just installed an alarm system, and it's kind of like the do-it-yourself ones. It's actually an installer grade home alarm system that's wireless, but it's very similar to a lot of others. It's called Alula. So this is what one of the keypads looks like. So I got four doors that I had sensors on that are entry points that I wanted to have a way to shut the alarm off. So I put one down here in my office entrance, which this is what the screen looks like, and also the camcorder that I'm using. If you saw that other QIDI video, you saw that the video quality was atrocious, and the audio was as well, and it really made an $800 Sennheiser wireless mic sound like crap, and I can't even believe it. I'm frankly astonished that it could do that. So I got a bunch of sensors. I got motion sensors, a sensor repeater, door and window, more motion, and then sirens and keypads and touchscreen. 2 touchscreens, 2 keypads. And then devices you can hook up. It has Z-Link as well as cellular as well as Wi-Fi. And I haven't hooked anything up with the Z-Link. I'm not really too crazy of a smart home guy. I mean, I have a smart thermostat, and I obviously install those with HVAC stuff. And I'm going to use one of the wireless alarm ports for, I have one that's opened. I put 2 of them in regularly, but I have one of them that I opened that I'm going to put into an amplifier, and it's going to go to a couple of different PA speakers, like this big one right here on the table. So I'm going to have that and one more, which is another pretty sizable PA speaker. This camcorder is pretty badass. It has a gimbal like on a drone built right into it. So in the lens inside, the Carl Zeiss lens has a gimbal, so you can see it actually moving and leveling itself. It's pretty badass. It's actually very fascinating and very intriguing how it's designed. It's very thoroughly designed. But anyways, here's the other PA speaker. There's the gray one and the black one. So those 2 are going to be hooked up to a small amplifier, and that's going to be hooked up to this for the signal. So that'll send the siren signal, and where it would have come out of the little tiny siren that's in there, it's going to come out of those that are amplified. So I just have a habit of modifying literally everything, so this is no exception. And then I have sensors. Where else did I put them? They're very simple. I mean, you just really kind of set them up on what doors you want them. Like up there, if you see, I have it at the top of the door. You see the white thing? That's the sensor for that door. And then I have them in the main entrances to upstairs, which is where my tenants mainly are, but that's why I'm entering a bunch of users so that they can all gain access when they need to. And then the monitoring service, because I bought all the alarm stuff cash, and they sold it to me because a couple of them wouldn't, but number one, I own the building, and number 2, that wasn't enough for most of them. I found one place in Canada that would sell them to me because I own the building, and also I have 3 ham radio licenses, and an FCC ID, a DMR. I have all the radio stuff. So, I mean, this is simple stuff, especially if you understand it. Like, for instance, I had a Cove system, COVE, Cove, the alarm system, I had to send it back because it couldn't get enough range in order for me to use it down here. So this is the dentist stuff for like the compressors and stuff for the dental equipment. And then there's a door sensor up on the top of this door, which you probably can't see, right there. And then there's a keypad right here. So at every entrance where there's a sensor, there's a keypad. So it can be activated and deactivated right at the door. This is where I keep all my inventory. Like this is all pallets of flooring and salt, and then tile and refrigerators, and you know, I have a lot of inventory because I mean we use this stuff really quick. So that's why the security system. But this is a monitored security system. The monitoring is a lot less expensive by like actually buying the alarm system and dealing directly with an alarm monitoring company, because when you do that, you realize how much these alarm installers are making, like per alarm, on your monthly charges. What they charge you and what you actually are paying are so far apart. I mean, I'm paying $20 a month with Z-Link, with the app, with Wi-Fi, with cellular. And I got the cellular with AT&T because that's what my phone has, and I have an antenna up on the roof. So that makes me get great service with AT&T. I did that for my cell phone, but obviously that's going to be great with this, because now I can get great service with the phone and great service with the alarm. So that motion sensor is down here because there's a Bilco door right in front of it, and that door doesn't have a sensor, but it has that motion sensor right in front of it, so if it were to ever open, it would set off the alarm anyway. So, and obviously I've tested all these thoroughly, and so Cove didn't make a repeater, a signal repeater, and they obviously did with this system. That's why it's working all over. But they, not only did they not make one, but I actually literally offered to make one for them. I said, listen, they didn't understand what I was even talking about when I told them I was looking at it with a spectrum analyzer, and your hub is giving off not a radio frequency signal, but a Wi-Fi frequency. It's not actual Wi-Fi. They couldn't understand that. They kept thinking I was talking about the Wi-Fi from my building. I'm like, no, dude, just because it's on this Wi-Fi frequency doesn't mean it's actually an internet signal. You don't seem to understand. Those radio waves are there no matter what. It's just transmitting on the same frequency when it was supposed to be a low frequency transmission, because it'll go much further, and that's why I was having the range problems. And I said, but listen, I can extend that because it's a Wi-Fi signal. I can extend that with a simple Wi-Fi range extender and turn it into a repeater. And they just wouldn't cooperate and give me the access code for their Wi-Fi network that was on the hub, which with that I could have obviously repeated the signal, but they wouldn't give it to me, so I couldn't do anything. And I mean, I offered to do this and then like tell them how to do it. I mean, as if they couldn't figure it out. They really couldn't. I mean, they didn't even know what a spectrum analyzer or oscilloscope were. So I mean, I don't know how they work in that field, and don't understand anything about radio waves or any of those kind of transmissions. They don't understand anything. They don't understand their job. So it doesn't really make sense to me to have people like that doing it, but they do. Anyways, so I don't recommend Cove, even though they're kind of partners with Alula, but Cove is really new, and they're not like, it's not the same company. It's like the homeowner version and the professional version. So Alula is the professional version. So the one that, let's see, that's just a Bilco keypad. Which one? The back end shoot back hallway. Did that have motion recently? I have to see where that keypad says tampered. I have to check on that, but no link detected. That's for the water sensor. I have a water sensor too, in case there's ever a leak. Motion 2, 3, and 4. I have them numbered here, so this is motion number 1. I'm going to put this one in the back hallway. Seriously? Are you hooking up to it? Excuse me, I'm just going over to the keypad. Oh, this is sensor number 1, right? Which one? No motion detected, no motion detected. 1, 3, 4, and then there should be a rear entrance one. Back hallway, yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant, back hallway. And then I have to do rear entrance and front entrance, but why isn't it recognizing this sensor? Alright, well that means I have to go back up to the hub, and I have to take the battery out and put it back in while it's near the hub. So that's what you do. So this is what a spectrum analyzer is. This is a little one, and this is what I was trying to describe to them. I can literally see the radio frequency. I mean, like you can literally see the radio frequency. I know exactly what radio frequency is transmitting, because as soon as it transmits, I see something like that, and you know exactly, or something like this, and you know exactly where it is. So yeah, I'm actually very impressed with this camera. I did a very short video with a buddy of mine just to play it back on the computer and see how clear it was, and it's incredibly clear. This Carl Zeiss lens and the Sony camera, it is astonishingly clear. It's kind of mind-blowing. It's a really good camera, and the audio is good as well. Even without the microphone, without the wireless mic, this has 5.1 Dolby microphones in it, and multi-microphones in multi-directions. It's a very impressive camera. So the Sony, what model is this? It's a AX53, I believe. Yep, it's XAV. It's an XAV-CS, which is an FDR AX53. FDR AX53. Very impressive camera. It's mostly automated if you like to do your own settings. I've heard that you can't, like, you can not have them automatic and change them, but I also have heard that you can do that only to like one setting at a time. So I'm not sure if it's true. I haven't tried. I like everything on automatic on a video camera, but the GoPro is good for driving and doing like more action type stuff. The DSLR camera is good for photos, and it's really good for the layover videos from downrange when I do the shooting videos. But this is good for the main video, because this is true 4K. This is a really clear, high quality lens, and I just wanted something that was better for video, and this is definitely it. This is very clear. Once I bought that Polaroid, I had it in my head to get a good camcorder. And of course I went from $150 to $1,200, which is usually what happens. But anyways, one of these days I'll just buy the good one in the first place. But it wasn't that day. So, but I do end up getting the best in the end, like the QIDI and the Tamsys. What do you know? I'm buying a higher temperature. I bought it with PEEK, with PEC, with Ultim, with nanopolymer adhesive, and then now I'm already looking at the carbon fiber build plate for it from Vision Miner. Anyways, it's just the way I end up doing things a lot of the time. I don't mean to do it, but I do it, and I don't even realize it. And I do realize it afterwards. I'm saying it, but I don't know. I'm just a little nuts like that. I don't know why I keep buying stuff that I know is not good enough quality. I guess I got to test it and see if I'm really that into it that I would want to spend the extra money. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyways, enough about that. Enough about me. I just wanted to show you guys the alarm system. The monitoring company seems to be great. Let me tell you what the name of the company is, because I don't recall off the top of my head. I think it's Simply Safe Home or something like that. Hold on. Safe Home Central. Safe Home Central. They were very helpful with any questions that I had about technical stuff, and knowledgeable. They knew what this equipment was. It was impressive after talking to these dum-dums in level 1 tech support at Cove. So I was kind of impressed, but they like one of the guys I spoke to was actually a radio frequency engineer, and you know, I'm sure he knew more than I do, which is the way it should be when you're calling for help. I mean, why would I need your help if I know more than you? Anyways, but so I appreciate you guys watching. So the reason I'm doing the camcorder videos with the other stuff, like the alarm, I happen to get both of these on the same day, and the other Polaroid camera was so bad that if anybody saw that video and didn't see this one right after it, then I would feel bad, because that Polaroid camera is not worth a shit. So do not buy it. This is a very good camera. I mean, if you don't want to go this high, I don't really know much about any camcorders in between, but this Sony with the Zeiss lens, well, I forgot the model number again. It's FDR-AX53. It's a serious camera. The screen is beautifully clear. The lens is unbelievable. It's a wide angle, and I'm like right in front of it right now. It's almost as wide as the GoPro. It's really good. It's a really good camera. So there's that, and then the Alula alarm. So as far as I can tell right now, the fact that I have signal in a 10,000 square foot building throughout the building, like all the way from one end to another on both floors, with just the hub and the repeater, I'm impressed with that. And it's reliably, like every time I open the door, it's really quick going through a repeater. I mean, it should be quick, but it's like milliseconds. So it's working perfectly. So I'm very impressed, and I'm very happy with that. Obviously, if you guys have seen my videos, you know I have a lot here to protect, so I had to get a good alarm. But honestly, everybody has a lot to protect. You got your family in your house, or you know, this is a commercial building, so I don't, but I have my tenants in my building, and you know, my stuff, my tenants, my friends and workers, that when they're here, I want everybody safe, which is, you know, I have an armory, but if I'm not here, then the alarm is. But anyways, good seeing you guys. I will talk to you soon. I will be back with some more airgun content for you, and as well as the Entamsys FunMat HT enhanced high temperature printer. So I will be doing a review video on that, and an open box opening and a review video as soon as I get it. All right. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate you, and have a great day.